Aloha class, I'm going to do in-class assignment 27, and so we're talking about a constraint resource. So whenever you have a constraint, it's anything that stops you from getting more of what you want. So I don't have enough time because I have to do all my accounting homework and I want to spend time with my friends, or I don't have enough money to eat out every day. So pretty much everybody has a constraint, whether it's time or money or resources or land, things like that. And so Kinsey Corporation manufactures 5 different products. All 5 of these products must pass through a stamping machine in its fabrication department. This machine is Kinsey's constrained resource, so it's stopping them from getting what they want to produce more goods. Kinsey wants to make the most profit if it produces, Kinsey would make the most profit if it produces the product that, so from your reading it said, whenever you have a constrained resource, it's best to get the company should not necessarily promote the products that have the highest unit contribution margin. So every company has a sales mix if they have multiple products. So we'll sell more of the product that makes us the most money, right? That's the whole goal. But if you have a constrained resource, then instead of just looking for the highest contribution margin, we specifically want the total contribution will be maximized by promoting these products or accepting those orders that provide the highest contribution margin in relation to the constrained resource. And so whatever is going to make us the highest contribution margin per constrained resource. And their constrained resource was that stamping machine. You know, if you're branding, what is it? Your purses and your wallets and your larger bags and your shoes, whatever you're branding, right? So we wanted the highest contribution margin per stamping machine hour. That would give us our most profit. And so just like we said, highest contribution margin per stamping machine hour, we have 3 products. And so this is the selling price, the variable cost per unit, and the centiliters of compound W. Rank the products in order of their current profitability from most profitable to least profitable. In other words, rank the product in the order in which they should be emphasized. And they said these products use compound W, the current constrained resource. So we said contribution margin per stamping machine hour. So first I would find contribution margin. Let me get my calculator in range here. Okay, so I would just start with KI product and I would do 252.42 minus 199.92, and that would give me contribution margin. I would find this for every single product. So do the same thing, selling minus variable, find contribution margin for LH and RP. And once you have that contribution margin, you would divide it by the constrained resource. And the constrained resource, how much centiliters of compound W does it use? I would divide it by 4.2. So this would give me contribution margin per centiliters of compound W, or contribution margin per constrained resource. So this is $12.50. So the contribution margin per constrained resource. Constrained. Okay, sorry, probably move that back a little bit. So this is $12.50 here. So you would just choose the highest, do the same thing, find your contribution margin, divide it by how many compounds. And so this is $12.50, you'd find LH and RP, and then you would rank them on which is the highest contribution per constrained resource. So I'll let you do that. Let's continue on to number 3. Winnett Barbecue Sauce Corporation manufactures a specialty barbecue sauce. It has the capacity to manufacture and sell 10,000 cases of sauce each year, but is currently only manufacturing and selling 9,000. So they do have idle capacity, so that 1,000 capacity they could be doing something with. Because all of their fixed expenses should be covered. So you've already paid rent for that capacity, for 10,000 capacity, you've already paid some of those fixed salaries, things like that. So their fixed costs should be covered if they have idle capacity. And so maybe I can pull that up in the PowerPoint. So this is talking about a special order. So a special order is a one-time order that is not considered part of the company's normal ongoing business. When analyzing a special order, only the incremental costs and benefits are relevant. Since the existing fixed manufacturing overhead costs would not be affected by the order, they are not relevant. So that's what I'm saying here. The fixed manufacturing overhead costs are not relevant because you've already paid for that, right? You've already paid for 10,000 cases, but you're only making 9,000. Gwendolyn normally sells its sauce for $30 per case. A local school district is interested in purchasing Gwinnet's excess capacity of 1,000 cases of sauce, but only if it can get a sauce for $15 per case. The special order would not affect regular sales or total fixed costs or variable costs per unit. So this is not going to affect sales, regular sales, so we don't have to worry about that. Total fixed costs or variable costs per unit. So it's not going to affect it, it's just a special order. So we have to just identify what is going to be relevant, and they only want to pay $15 per case for this special order. So how much is their variable cost right now based on what they're selling now? So this is based on 9,000 cases. So I would divide the variable manufacturing cost by 9,000 because that is driven by the number of cases we are selling now, or producing now. 9,000 here, and so pull out my calculator. 126,000 divided by 9,000 equals $14 for the variable manufacturing cost. This is a fix, so you can keep this on a total basis. And the variable 18,000 divided by 9,000 will be $2. And so these are what are relevant, because we said if they're covered, we have the capacity, fixed costs are covered, or they're not relevant. Let's go back to what it says. Not be affected, therefore are not relevant. So this is not relevant. And not relevant. Okay, so they want to pay $15 per unit, and that would be 1,000 units. $15 per unit. And the cost, the variable or relevant cost of variable selling and admin and variable manufacturing costs would be $16, or $14 plus 2 would give you $16. So that would give us contribution margin, or these are all the costs relevant. So this would give us profit or net operating income, NOI, of a negative $1, and we'll per unit, and then we can multiply that by 1,000 units that they want, and that would give us a negative $1,000. So would this be a good idea to accept this special order? I'd say no, it's not a good idea. And so it would decrease. What would happen to profits? Profits, also known as net operating income, would decrease by 1,000. And I'll continue this in the next video.